Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
I ran away. Remind me the name one more time.
Steve. He just right now. Is that right? I'm not.
Hey, you should have. I'll go back and make sure. But you should know. This is programmed. That's what's mine.
That's what's up.
So you can see score. You'll see everything on here.
If I go up here, then I'm cut for this, but you can still hear me in the truck or no?
No, you're still live, so that won't turn it off. So.
Okay.
This is your.
Okay. It's like my cough button kind of thing.
You know what? I take that back. No, you do not have a cough button. No cough button. We're gonna go live. You can throw it right to Olivia with the coaches.
Okay. Welcome back to the NVA Live here in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm going to toss it over to Olivia right now.
Thank you, Coach. Your first match of the day. What's going to be the biggest thing in putting it away?
Serve and pass. I know this team from years prior, nationals and being in the NBA and the exhibition back in January. These guys serve and pass well. They grind it out. They really grind out every point. They make you earn everything. So the better we can serve, the more efficient we are from the service line, the more we're in system, the better opportunities we're going to have to score and stay on top of these guys.
Earlier this week, you said you really want to see your team come out with energy. Which guys you're going to be looking to set that tone?
That's freedom.
You know, Gianluca Grasso played at USC, played for me at Orange Coast College as well. He's a high-energy guy, played in Puerto Rico a season ago. We have a new addition, Ryan Mather, with a big arm and brings a lot of energy as well. So we're looking on those guys to key on to lift us up, especially when things aren't going too well.
How exciting is it to be back out here?
Oh my gosh, I can't even describe it. Words can't describe it. I mean, this has been a lot of work by a lot of people to make this thing happen, and I couldn't be more excited. The weeks leading up to it, I couldn't sleep. I was just so ready to get back in the gym.
Me too. Thank you so much, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Thanks so much, Olivia. So we're about to get ready here for our next match between Freedom from New Jersey and the Ramblers. So if you were hoping to hear Nick, you're not going to be able to hear him a whole lot, but you're going to be able to see him here shortly because he'll be one of the guys here for the Ramblers. Going to be some exciting volleyball. You know, I coach my son's youth team. He's 17, and this is the facility that they play at. So this place feels tiny right now because there's a lot of big human beings inside the building right now. But it's so fun to have volleyball at this level reach the state. I'm hoping I can get some of my kids from my club team to come and see what volleyball looks like, what it's supposed to look like, right? So we're going to be going, getting going here in just a few minutes. It looks like Freedom has the net right now, and so they're getting through their warm-ups. And yeah, I'm watching these guys hit, and it looks very different than an under-18 club team, as you can imagine. So, but it's a pleasure to be here. My name's Steve Vale. I do some color commentating for BYU men's program. So not my first rodeo, but things are a little bit different. I'm not used to having the camera all to myself, but I'm going to turn it back over to Olivia for another interview.
Thank you. I'm here with Coach Justin Beaumont of the Club Freedom. Your first match of the weekend, what are you going to look for in order to put this one away?
So we have to figure out how to run a dynamic out-of-system offense. I think that's the name of the game at this level in a gym, in a facility like this where you don't have as much space, you know. Running down those high balls and getting kills out of system is really important. And then serving tough. We have to serve tough. If we can get them out of system and take their middles out of the equation, I think we can be successful.
Who are you looking for early from your team to set that tone?
I think our setters need to do that out of system, because if they're better in the ball and they're chucking up balls that we can get into attacking situations, I think we'll be successful. But our passers need to, you know, have that first touch, be consistent, and make sure we're using our middles, against that opponent is really important.
How do you get those middles involved?
So fast arm swings and really, really good passing. We have to be able to pass the ball, and I think when these guys are coming out here ripping topspin serves and they're pulling us off the net, I think it's going to make it a little tougher, but we're going to try our best.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Back to you.
That is a great interview, and I'll tell you, he's absolutely right. It's like trying to play out of a phone booth in a facility that's not as big as you're used to. I noticed they are giving the players a little bit more room to serve, which is great, because the boys only go to the end of the play surface. They can't go into the cement, so they're giving them a little more room that way. But the ceiling is what it is, and so it's going to be tough to put balls away and to normally a dig would be amazing, but with the shorter ceiling, it's going to come into play probably more than they would like. But looks like the officials are getting ready to get things going. Might as well go ahead and do our starters right now. So for Team Freedom, the middle blockers are going to be Christian Pazinski and Matthew Seifert. Outside hitters are Josue Castillo and Chris Vaughn, aka Tony Bronzer. Setter's going to be Matt Elias, and the opposite is Edward Jazinski. Jaziniak. Sorry, and libero is John Cunningham. Head coach is Justin Beaumont. And for the Ramblers from Las Vegas, we've got Antoine Gilliard in the middle and Josh Duarte. You've got the outside hitters Kendall Ratner and Ryan Schickling. And the setter is Tanner Maxwell, opposite Ryan Mather. And the libero is actually one of their outsides. And oh, no, that's what it was. So he's the libero, is Ryan Schickling, and the other outside is Gianluca Grasso. And the head coach is actually another one of their players who's just going to be coaching today, and that's Vincent Rodriguez. So we're getting ready here to blow that first whistle. It's funny, there's no fans in the building, but there's a lot of electricity in the air. The last match, I got here a little early and was watching that, and it's fun to watch the players from the other teams watching and looking on. And it's funny because being a volleyball player 100 years ago, you know, when you've got some of your peers out there watching, that's even more important. You know, you want to impress your friends, and you want to make the people that you don't like from the other side of the net fear you. So it's a fun thing to play in front of your peers. Checking the lineups right now and getting ready to get things started. I spoke with Vincent, the head coach for the Ramblers, just briefly before the match. It always comes down to serving and passing, but he's got a couple of guys with real heavy arms that he's going to turn loose from the service line. And, you know, his whole goal to try to get past Freedom is to stay in system and just serve BBs at these guys and try to get them out of system. So for Freedom, it looks like Matt Elias, the setter, is back there at the service line, aka Matty. And shortly, we'll see if he can get things rolling here. As I get more familiar with these players, it'll probably be even more fun for the for the viewing audience, I know some of these guys from when they played against BYU in the college years, but yeah, just trying to get things rolling. So I don't know what the discrepancy is, but it looks like we're getting close to getting started here. Apparently, I just overheard the down ref say something about their shorts out there that don't have a number, something of that nature, or maybe they don't match. Oh yeah, his shorts don't match his jersey. I was speaking with Aaron, who's the general manager, before this match, and they've had some wardrobe malfunctions. Everybody's number is different than what I had listed. Here we go, first serve coming. Nice dig there out of the back row. And a big swing from number 3 on the pin. Oh, they're saying that ball was out of bounds. I don't quite have the angle from where I'm sitting, but it sure didn't feel out of bounds watching it live. Interesting. So, Freedom getting a point taken away on that call. Ramblers back to serve. Foot fault there from Gianluca on that serve there, so get a freebie. Josue Castillo back to serve for Freedom. Takes a lot off of that jump serve. Back the opposite, who sees a window there, tips over the block and down for a kill. That opposite is one of the ones I was talking about with the heavy arm. That's Ryan Mather. So when he goes back to serve, should put on a show. So Josh Duarte back to serve. Played at University of Irvine. Delayed one. There it is. The fakie one. Had to use the other team set to get a kill on that one, but able to do so. Number 47, you know, he does look like a linebacker. That's a big dude back there. I don't know his height, but he's got to be 6'8", 6'9". That is a big human being. It's a lot different than watching a 16, 17-year-old kid back there serving. That's one thing, if you're just joining the broadcast, being up here in Utah, and I actually messed around with one of these balls before coming on air here, and they're just so different. It's almost like a foam ball. It's weird. It's like almost like a Nerf volleyball, but it tends to float, and we're at a very high elevation, close to 5,000 feet, so the ball is going to float a ton compared to what these guys are used to. Ryan Mather back to serve. Here's that opposite with the heavy arm. Took a bit off of that one, I think, just trying to get it in, and unable to do so. Edward Jedziniak. Nice quick set out of the middle. Setter dodging traffic to get that ball into the hands of his outside. That's a nice kill there for Freedom. It's a cool name, Freedom. I like that. Float serve there. Some trouble. Nice job there. I believe that was the setter that padding his stats there a little bit. Just goes up there. Nice little solo block. Tanner Maxwell with that block. Kendall Ratner back to serve. It's a nice jump serve That might have been one of the other folks that Vincent was telling me about. Tip handled well from the Ramblers. Great tip just over the block. Just outside the reach of the setter, Matt Elias. I like Matt's wheels, man. He's a quick dude. He's getting to a lot of balls that some setters wouldn't be able to get to, especially with their hands. Ratner back to serve again. Yeah, he's got quite the snap, but unable to get that ball to go over the net. Started about middle of the net, tried to climb its way over, but unable to do it. Nice float serve. Kind of fell off the table right off the net. It was a decent set, and he had a little bit of a seam there in the block, but hits that ball straight into the tape and down. Another point for Freedom. Freedom clinging to a 2-point lead early in set number 1, going to 5. Another tip. That ball almost able to continue play, but into the net and down. Number 11 back to serve for the Ramblers. Nice pass. Runs that ball to the outside. Wow. Oh, that's a shocking call right there, because that was well over the hands of the blocker. Yeah, Vincent Rodriguez having a chat with the down ref right now. Like, what are you talking about? That ball was well over the hands, but yeah, that was a rough one there for the Ramblers. Great pass. Nice tool off the block. It's a smart swing there. Looks like Ron Dunn's back to serve. Off the tape, but enough heat still. And that's another point for the Ramblers. It's a nice serve. Just enough of the equipment to disrupt the pass. Ramblers within 1. That one's right off the tape too, but passed fairly well for how much heat was on that serve. Just over the hands of the middle blocker. Ugh. I'm surprised they didn't call that second contact. That ball's really low. The setters love the opportunity to get a swing, but a little bit of a misconnection there. And that ball sails well out of bounds. Not looking for a call on that one. Ron back to serve again for the Ramblers. Got a pretty heavy arm himself. Oh, tons of equipment on that serve. That's a nice swing out of the back row. Running the Bick. And that's Chris Vaughn, AKA Tony Bronzer, with a nice swing out of the back row. Comes the setter here for the serve. Not handled super well by the libero. High off the hands. It's that one opportunity for the opposite to swing from the left side, and he connects. There's Gianluca Grasso back to serve. Back to serve. Nice block. Libero was in pretty close, and that ball sailed right over his head. Grasso back to serve. Almost looked like a football himself, but that ball goes into the net. An easy point for Freedom. Josue Castillo. Oh, wow, that is a nice serve, but apparently just out of bounds. I swear the line judge called that in, but the up ref overruled it and said that was out of bounds, so no point for Freedom. Nice serve. A little bit of trouble. Some net issues there for the Ramblers on their way up. And the freebie goes the other way this time. Looks like the middle linebacker back to serve. Matthew Seifert. Seif. That is a big swing from the Oppo. Came real close to netting as that ball was high off the block and took a minute to hit the ground. He was able to do the limbo. Took a little bit off that one too, but handled well enough to still run the middle and get a point. So Freedom now down a couple, hanging in. Edward Jaziniak. Whoa. You know, I'll say the match that I watched a minute ago, I didn't feel like they ran the middles enough. I think that's a real key thing at any level, is to establish the middle and free up the pins a little bit. The Ramblers ran the middle there and just barely sided out with that crushing swing. Almost put somebody in the hospital. Another big time serve, but that one again finds the net. Tony Bronzer back to serve for Freedom. It's a nice swing there down the line, just inside the court. There should be another team called Justice. Justice and Freedom battling it out. Maybe one team called Mercy? No, that probably wouldn't work. That set is way inside. That is a total trap set, but I think the block was so worried about getting tooled, they didn't go up, and that was an easy side out. Number 3 with the kill, Josue. BYU had an outside named Josue. To say Joswagger. It's a nice kill. Oh, that was a low set there for the middle, right into the hands of Matthew Seifert, who gobbled it up. Christian Baczynski back to serve. Trying to push that back to the corner. Unable to do it, and a nice block there to seal that point. No timeouts yet. Typically at the 15th point, there's an immediate timeout, but we're not doing that right now. So server is back. Sorry, the setter is back serving. Oh, that was a little bit of a float, an accidental float. And that ball sails just out of bounds, just wide. (16-16). Nice swing on the outside. Once again, the Oppo getting it done. Doing work out there on that pin. And there's some discrepancy about the score, but score table's like, nope, we know our job, go away. Wow, that's a nice block. You wanted so bad to tee off on that. Nice control. That's got to go, right? Oh, wow. That was, that set had a lot of spin on it. Give them a little more wiggle room here indoor than they do outdoor, but still that set had a bunch. Nice serve, pulls the setter way off the net, back to the opposite again. He sprays that just a little bit wide. That was almost a D ball. That set was way off the net. Tried to get it done, but able to avoid the block, but just out of bounds. Josue again to serve. That seemed like a tougher serve, but a better pass. Oh, wow. That's a big time swing from the strong side. And boom goes the dynamite. This has got to be so fun for these guys to finally be able to get back into the gym. The last tournament for the boys club that I coached, there was a couple teams that came all the way up from California because they just wanted to get back on the court. So good times. That is such a low and fast set. They were out of system there and unable to connect. Freedom clinging to a 1-point lead here, 19-18. Looks like Matthew's going to get subbed out. And I only got the new numbers for the starters, I believe. I think this is Landon Schertz serving here for Matthew. A pretty nice jump serve off the bench. Cuts that one real sharp, and again, just a little bit out of bounds, and I think that's enough for Justin Rodriguez. Calling a timeout. Chance for him to settle his guys down and get him back into a positive frame of mind. And Freedom is digging this right now. I got to be honest, I was thinking the teams from back east, maybe their pool of players to choose from might not be as strong as somebody out on the West Coast. Of course, that Vegas isn't necessarily on the coast, but I noticed a couple of the players from the Ramblers from those schools that are out on the coast, and so I kind of was thinking the Ramblers were going to have their way. But I'll tell you, Freedom is a very scrappy team, and they are finding a way to get it done. Tough serves, and again, scrappy defense. And doing a great job here, up a couple here late in set number 1. Once again, Landon Schertz back to serve. That's a great serve down the line. Olivia, what do you got for us?
Thank you. I was over in the Ramblers huddle that last time out, and what coach was really stressing, he said, our ball control is good, but we're trying to do too much attacking. We need to keep it simple, and they're going to make us earn every single point.
That's a great point right there, and I totally agree with you. I think this is such a good defense here from Freedom. Nice swing again from the Oppo. Getting it done and back to the service line. I love being the last guy to get a kill before I serve. It just kind of, adrenaline's flowing, and it is a fun time to be back there serving. And I had a decent jump serve in the day, and I know this gentleman right here has a really good one. So let's see what he's got. Oh. Anything in the air that long ought to have a flight attendant on it. That's stealing that line from Major League. That ball, just a little bit of a Miss contact there, and that ball sails way out of bounds. Nice serve and a better pass. Nice job from the Ramblers to get it right back. Ramblers can't afford to just side out with Freedom right now. They got to find a way to manufacture a couple here really quick, as we are very late in set number 1. Kendall Ratner trying to get it done, and that ball just goes a little bit long. Let's call this character time right here. When it's crunch time, it shows you what you're made of, when you can still execute at a high level when it really matters. Oh, nice tool, just out of bounds goes Grosso. Freedom's got to do something special right here. Not the biggest lineup at the net. Maybe they can get something done. That was a nice block. Another opportunity. Some soft hands there from the Oppo. And a great swing. Grosso down the line. And there they go. There's 1 point right there. And Freedom wants nothing to do with that. No momentum for you guys. So a quick timeout so they can talk about it, take a breath, and come back out firing. So my assumption right now is the Ramblers are looking to get a decent serve. Most important to keep this ball in and let their block do their thing. And I'm telling you, on the Freedom side, they're looking to get a good pass, stay in system, and probably feed someone on the pin would be my guess. Perfect pass and they go to the middle. It's almost too predictable, but let's see what they have to offer here. One side out and it's game point. So part of the calling the timeout is to ice the server, and let's see if that'll be the case. So, Olivia, what you got?
Yeah, you nailed it. They really wanted to break up the flow of the momentum with that timeout and look for some defensive changes here.
It's a great call right there. Oh, that ball was playable, but the setter unable to track it. And a very athletic move from the Oppo. Seifert made a great, no, not Seifert, my bad. Ryan Mather, great job tracking that ball, but unable to keep it in play. That ball, oh, he got him into the net. He drew him in. I don't know which one it was, but Seifert saying it wasn't him, but somebody absolutely went fishing. So Ron Dunn back to serve again here for the Ramblers. And this is a big one right here. A side out wins the set. Decent pass, pulls him off a little bit. And that's it. That'll be the last swing of set number 1. Freedom jumps out to a 1-0 lead against Ramblers. I got to say, I'm pretty impressed with Freedom and how well they play together. And head coach Vincent Rodriguez made a point that he's familiar with these guys, seen them. They've been playing together a long time, and they play very well together. As you can see, they've got a lot of mojo on that side of the court. And if one guy doesn't get it done, the next guy does. They're very good at getting each other's back. Great defense, great serving, and great shot selection as well. So that was the tail of the tape there for set number 1. So going to 5 here, we'll see what ends up happening. I don't know what Vincent has in mind to change things up a little bit in set number 2. We'll see if he makes any lineup changes. I didn't really see anybody getting worked in terms of getting served a lot and struggling with passing. I felt like the hitters did a pretty good job. Was it Matt? I'm trying to remember his name. Ryan Mather, a couple of balls went wide that he swung at. But again, I think I don't think you want to pull that guy out. So I'll be curious to know what he ends up doing here in the set number 2. Because I'll tell you, you lose the first set, and that means a lot, but at the same time, it's not everything. So it's just a matter of getting your guys back in the system, back in the groove, and finding a way to start manufacturing points. I'm telling you, serving at this level, at this high above, like the elevation. Sorry, I'm struggling here to get my point across. Serving at a high elevation is it gets in the head of a player when they serve that same ball down in their home gym and it's in by 3 feet, and you serve it here and it's out by a foot, and it's frustrating because you try to go lower and then you hit the net, or you know there's all these different things that start flowing into your mind, like that. I hit that perfectly. Why in the world did that ball go long? And so you have to start changing things up, and then that affects everything. So volleyball is all about confidence, all about momentum, and all about confidence. And if your confidence gets a little bit shaky, or if heaven forbid if it shatters, you're struggling. You're not going to have a whole lot of time on the court, and you're going to get yanked. So Olivia's got a little bit more for us. Olivia, what do you got?
You must have been listening to both of those huddles. They really stressed confidence. Nothing very tactical. It was just kind of on both sides of the court. You know, that was a warm-up. We're not worried. Let's settle into our game. There's a lot of time left. The only thing on the freedom side, they talked about closing the gaps, but other than that, it's like, let's play our game. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And that makes me feel good because I actually couldn't hear the huddle. So that's cool. We're all on the same page here. And I mean, anybody that's played this game, even a little bit, any sport, you understand it. A lot of it comes from confidence. And so you start getting kills, the confidence goes up. You start getting blocked, and all of a sudden it's like, oh gosh, please don't set me again. You know, and you don't ever want to have that attitude when you're out there on the court. You got to come from a place of confidence. So yeah, as I mentioned, this isn't the end of the world. It's just the first set. So now it's a chance to, we're all warm now. We're all ready to go. Let's start, executing at a higher level. And that's the other thing. I mean, when you're serving and the balls keep going out of bounds, you know, go corner to corner. It gives you a little bit more real estate, and you can still get a lot on it. Anytime you try to, go off speed, then it changes the whole swing and everything, and it just messes you right up. So I say get after it. Go all the way across the court, give yourself a little more room, and just keep bombing serves, and good things will happen. So Grasso is back to serve for the Ramblers. He's one of those guys I recognized from his college days. He is a baller, that is for sure. So the down ref has something to talk about. Maybe he's trying to ice Grasso, so Grasso just loses the ball, and we're going to start over here in a minute. It's funny how that comes into play so much, when a team calls a timeout. I swear it's like 80% they're going to get that next point. It's really weird how and it's almost like because of that, it starts to get in your head when you're the next server. Anyway, I'm not sure what I can almost hear, but I can't quite hear exactly what the issue is. But it has been resolved, so it is time for set number 2 to get underway. Gianluca Grasso. Decent serve, decent pass, high corner. It's another thing when you're a pin hitter. You're looking to swing into area 1 or area 5. And that was a great example of area 5, deep in the corner there for the kill. Seif, that ball found a thermal and ended up about 10 feet out of bounds. Josh Duarte from Concordia. It almost seemed like it was going to go out of bounds, but passed. Oh, a little miscommunication there. Middle doing a great job closing up that seam. Taking up a lot of room there in the middle of the court. Oh, he tried to go over, unable to do it. A little bit of a broken play there, and goes to the Ramblers for their second point. Duarte back to serve again. That was a fairly easy jump serve and handled really well, but the offense unable to click. Oh, speaking of clicking, nice swing there from the pen. Kendall Ratner from Princeton. It's a nice swing there. He's got a bit of a cannon over there. It's a nice swing by him. Josh again back to serve. A 3-1 lead early on. Oh, that ball well out of bounds. Edward Jedziniak back to serve. Keene University is where he played his ball. Not a super tough serve. Nice swing there by Antoine Gilliard. Cal State Long Beach. Yeah, that guy is hitting the ball at like almost 12 feet. Like you need to feed that guy the ball a lot. Ryan Mather must have heard us talking about how tough his serve is, because it's gotten in his head a little bit. He's trying to do a little too much. I don't know if he's gotten a serve in yet this match. Wow, that ball. That was a tough serve. Moved a ton. And Grosso with the overpass wants that ball back, and he might get another shot right here. A great pass that time. Even the off speed, everything's working here for Antoine. It all looks the same in the scorebook, that's for sure. Kendall Ratner again. A lot of tape. A nice block, able to close that out. Oh, he hit that ball so low. I didn't think it was going to go over the net at all, and it barely did. That was probably about 60% tape and just climbed up and over for a kill. Christian Pazinski for the serve. That was crazy. That ball, I'm still trying to remember what just happened right there, but that did not go from the setter to the hitter. I know that. Grosso was already up in the air, and it worked out perfectly for him. That's a big time kill for him. Antoine with a floater, handled well. Whoa, that was a weird. Grosso trying to do the look away cutty and missed it. Matt Elias back to serve for Freedom. Oh, some struggles there for the libero. And now I'm starting to think that maybe it would be an idea just to kind of give Ryan Mather a breather just for a second, let him collect himself, because he struggled a little bit this set. Oh, I don't know if he was trying to go taping down, but he was real close to getting it. So we've got, is it Tanner Maxwell? What was I? I would think I was calling him something else earlier, so I apologize. Nice pass from the libero. And the detonation. This has been a pretty tight match so far. And again, here we are, 7-7 in the second set. Osway Oh, swagger. Nice serve, pretty decent pass. Good enough, able to run the middle again for the kill. If many of you watching are familiar with Taylor Sander, he was one of the greats to come out of BYU a few years ago. And I remember talking to him when, after he'd been playing for the national team and playing pro, and I asked him, like, is it just crazy, super hard out there, you know, playing against the world? And he's like, actually, it's easier because everybody is so good. They're not keying on you, and they're so worried about the middle. He's like, I get one-on-ones all day long, and it's kind of easier. I'm like, wow. Another kill. The Ramblers still down 1, 8-9. Yeah, hard to think you could go from NCAA to the World League and have it be an easier thing for you. It's not really the case in basketball or football, but volleyball is a very quick sport, the quick offense. There's only so many guys that do so many things. So the one-on-one outside confrontation, when you jump as high as Taylor does and you have that cannon of his, yeah, I can see it. You can see his highlight reels on YouTube. Holy smokes. Back to the outside. Speaking of cannons, another big time swing. Kendall Ratner. Sheesh. That guy knows how to bomb. So if I'm Ryan Mather right now, my first thought is, all right, just get this ball in the court. And instead, he goes 100%, got it in, and it was passed fairly well. That was an absolute BB that he just served. Ooh, no call. Letting him play through. And Tony Bronzer with another kill. I'm so bummed. I wanted Ryan to get another shot out there serving. That was a big time serve by him, but right in the pocket of the passer and made a pretty decent pass off it. That moves Tony to the back row. Back to the service line he goes. Perfect pass. Decent soft block there from Freedom. And finding hands for another kill. Freedom isn't like a super big, tall team, but they make up for it with their scrappy defense and their volleyball IQ. When they're up swinging, they're so good at going off hands and finding a way to get it done. And their setter's got wheels. Man, that kid's fast. Oh, telling you. Antoine the Answer. That should be his middle name, because anything that guy touches just falls to the ground. Big time serve. I'm not seeing that the coach has given him any areas to serve at. In fact, he just stayed down and floated on that serve. It's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Totally out of system, in front of the ball, and just finds the elbow. Aim for the elbows. Not a super tough serve, passed pretty well. Grasso off the hands and down. Antoine Gilliard back to serve. Jump float. Kind of handcuffed Tony Bronzer a bit, but not enough. Still able to run their offense and get another kill. And clinging to a 2-point lead here midway through set number 2, 14-12. A little bit of shrapnel there. That was like a Scud missile. No topspin at all, and just straight off the chest. Letting John Cunningham know, hey, I'll sign that for you after. Wow, that was a big time swing. Tanner Maxwell. It was a nice call there. Somebody on his team barely got out that ball was going out. And John able to get out of the way. Sway. Big serve. Pulled the center all the way to the 3-meter line. And the net was all into the net, or the block was all into the net anyway, so didn't seem to matter. Grosso back to serve for the Ramblers, trailing by 1. Uh-oh. That didn't look like the toughest serve ever, but it was tough enough. That was like the only shank I've seen today, and it didn't seem like the toughest serve. I don't know, maybe he spit on the ball or something weird, because that went off the passer's hands pretty bad. Oh, it was Tony Bronzer, probably caught his bronze. Had too much tanning lotion on his arm, maybe. Here comes the middle linebacker, Matthew Seifert, back to serve for Freedom. Oh, that was a nice serve. I think that's really important for a float serve, whether it's a jump float or not, but it's just got to be right 8 or 9 feet high, just off the tape and down, because if you can set that serve, it's almost too easy. But when they have to pass with their hands and it's moving like that, that ball just dropped off the table, right off the net. It was just dropped like crazy, but still able to get the side out. Oh, I swear that was going out, but pass. Another side out for Freedom. The Ramblers just can't get their number. They got a pretty nice block, and Freedom's just doing a great job of just using that block all day long. Oh, there we go. He stole that right out of Freedom's playbook right there. Just find that ball, find the block, and wipe it off. The Oppo back. Takes a bunch off of that one. That's such a great swing. And all over that. Scrambling back to get an approach. Oh! They were all there covering, but it just happened to land where nobody was. All kind of standing around the campfire, telling ghost stories. I almost forgot Tony Bronzer's real name. Chris Vaughn, back to serve. Oh, just off the tape. Oh, look at that up. It's a great dig. John Cunningham. A little bit of a chicken wing. All over it. He has a sweet mustache too, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Just making sure you got the right guy back there for the serve. Checks his number. Yeah, that's me. Let's see what kind of heat he puts on this jump serve. And he liked the toss, but unable to connect. It's got to be different serving here. It's a smaller area to serve from, and high altitude. A lot of adjustments going on. Oh, Yeah, I was going to say that ball was weird. A late call, but I think the right call. Called a lift on that second contact. Ramblers tie it up 19-19. It is a game to 6. Ramblers really need this second game. They do not want to go down 2 games to a very tough and scrappy Freedom. Found the block and tooled it out of bounds again for their, I believe, their 20th point. Well, I'm not seeing it yet. There it is. Pulled him off the net just a little. Grasso doing his best to swipe that ball off the block and out of bounds, but Block doing a nice job calling that angle back to 6, the back middle part of the court. They did a great job of reaching out and stopping that tool attempt and keeping that block in bounds for their 21st point. So 2 quick ones, and the Ramblers decide to call a timeout to try to settle down the momentum and find a way to get it back on their side of the court. Talk a lot about volleyball is very schizophrenic. It's very, you feel like everything's going your way, and then within one play it can all switch and go the other direction, and you don't know if you're coming or going sometimes. And when you start to feel things slipping away, it's really hard to get on top of that and swing it back your direction. It takes somebody in your team to step up and be that guy, whether it's a setter, a hitter, a server, whoever, maybe even the libero with an incredible dig, whatever it might be. But they got to do something special right here. It's too late in this set to trade side outs. They've got to find a way to manufacture a couple and get back into this. So we'll see if that timeout rule will apply or not. Great pass. Oh, goes to the middle, and Seif is all over it. He was up early and just absolutely clamped that swing. So the timeout rule did not apply. They're now up 22-19. And they're just blocking the lights out right now. Wow. Great up out of the net. Another opportunity here for the Ramblers. Oh, got it that time. Off the block and out of bounds. Man, that seemed like the tightest set ever. Olivia has a little bit more for us.
Yeah, in that break on the Rambler side, it was a team-led huddle, and they really talked about stressing they need to build a rhythm. They're siding out really well, but those first serve errors are really hurting them, and they just can't build momentum.
Oh, that's a great point. And I love the team-held timeout. The coach just gets out of the way and says, you guys know what you're doing, figure it out, and let's get a win here. And so I love that, and thank you for that report, Olivia. And now the momentum has switched enough that Freedom has called their timeout as the Ramblers push it to within 1. 22-21 in this second set. And again, now the coach is kind of in the huddle here for the Ramblers and doing a little bit of coaching, but I think it's so important for these players to just kind of dig deep inside themselves and figure, okay, well, how bad do we want this? What do we got to do to get it done? And so they came out of the timeout there pretty quick. Curious to hear what the Freedom huddle was all about. Again, trying to slow down the momentum of the Ramblers, I'm sure. But again, it's so important to come from a place of confidence as a server, as a passer, and of course as a hitter. So it's always fun to see what's going to happen here out of the timeout. Setter Tanner Maxwell back to serve for the Ramblers, trying to tie this game up. Took quite a bit off. Wow. Great job there by Matt Elias to climb up the ladder to set that ball. So Olivia, what did they have to say over there?
Not much, but it worked. They really wanted to change the momentum and put it in their favor, and we saw it right there. Nothing tactical was shared, but they definitely have it on their side now.
Absolutely, and that's such a great timeout there from the coach to just get in the way of things. Oh, wow. Nice crossbody swing there. That ball goes straight down. Josh Duarte with a great crossbody swing for the kill. And just like that, it could turn things around, but we'll have to see what Grosso does here with his serve. It was a total approach of a jump spin, but it was a jump float instead. Wow. Some great volleyball right there. Great cover from Freedom. Tough ball here. Just got to send that over. Oh, instead of going back to the oppo, which is I think everybody in the gym thought he was going to, goes outside. Kind of a tight, low set, and kind of fed that ball to the block. But that's a tough ball right there for the outside to try to tee off on. Substitution change for Freedom. I want to say that might be Rondon, but I'm not positive because they changed all their numbers around. I apologize if I am inaccurate. Tries to go after that jump serve, but he's been sitting on the bench for a little bit. I think that was Rondon, yeah. But yeah, unable to convert. 24-23. Set point here for the Ramblers. A side out will clinch this set. Nice pass. Goes to the pick and it's handled well. Oh, you got to go back to Grosso on that. Nice swing from the outside for the kill. It's an unspoken, unwritten rule that if somebody makes a nice play and digs the ball, you kind of got to go back to that guy to let him finish. But hey, that worked out, so no harm, no foul. Unless you're Grosso that really wanted to swing at that ball, but hey, he'll take the side out for sure. Oh, that was a tough serve. No way. Oh my gosh, he almost, I swear, he was on this side of the court trying to keep that ball in, and he got it all the way to the top of the tape, but it spinned back away, so unable to get it done. And now the Ramblers have set point, 25-24. That was a great serve from Duarte. Almost gets the libero. Oh, dang it. He goes way too high with that. In another facility, you can do that, and that's a perfect pass because you want to set up your offense and get yourself a chance to transition back and get an approach. But yeah, this roof, not okay. It's just not high enough. Wow. Gutsy move right there. What a quick shoulder. Antoine with the kill. Kind of forcing that ball back to the middle. Such a nice set and such a nice swing. The oppo back to serve for the set. Goes after it and just about gets it. Oh, they got him into the net. And that's it. The Ramblers are able to squeak by and take set number 2. I don't know if it could be much more of a tight set than that one. It wasn't many times where it was more than a 2-point lead either way. But the Ramblers down a couple late in set 2, able to rally back and get that win. Some great serving there from Duarte. I think that was 3 or 4 serves in a row. Able to get that done. So here we are now, settled at one apiece, and going here to set number 3. It'll be interesting again to see what coaches have here, what changes they want to make going into set number 3. It's now basically, you know, a best out of 3 match, and the momentum seems to be on the Ramblers' side of the net. So, you know, Freedom's got to do what they can to try to get that momentum back onto their side and roll with it. They're playing some great volleyball, both sides of the net. I haven't really noticed anybody struggling with passing. I think the serving, you know, because of the altitude, because the gym's a little bit tighter than they're probably used to playing in, there's some issues that are coming with that. People are having to change up their serves a little bit to try to accommodate this facility and the altitude. So that's probably why we're seeing as many service errors as we are. But again, this game comes down to serve and serve receive. You can't just keep that ball in, because the passers on the other side of the net are going to make you pay doing that. So you've got to put pressure on them. And that's the other part. We talk about serve and serve receive. It's also about either you're getting pressure put on you or you're putting pressure on your opponent. And, you know, it's like a battle of wills. Back when this game used to be regular scoring, if anybody remembers that, it's been a little while, you would just go back and forth, whether it was, you know, indoor or on the beach, and it would just be these crazy matches where just nobody would score a point for about a half hour, and then eventually the dam would break. One side or the other would lose, you know, their confidence or get out of rhythm or whatever. And then once you started rallying points, then it was, you know, like I said, once the dam breaks, water's going through and the game gets called one way or the other. Olivia, what do you got for us?
From the Freedom side, during the break, they should be lining up the same way, but they said the reality is that we didn't serve tough enough. So look to that area for them to be kicking up the aggressive level. On the Ramblers side, they said once we started slowing down the serves, that's when they started finding success. So it just takes a little bit of pressure. And defensively, they said, I think we can give up the sharp angle. No one's really hitting it.
I like that. Yeah, that's there's definitely a guy on the side of the bench right there that's watching that and being like, hey, stop, you know, taking that, because no one's even trying to hit there. So go to the right spot and play some defense. And that's the thing, the Freedom has been amazing. Like when they're in the right spot, they make plays. So that's a nice little coaching tip there to the defensive guys. Like, hey, where they're hitting, that's where we need to put a body. And Libero, he's been making some nice plays over there. And his mustache is on point. First serve out of the gate, and Freedom gives a freebie over to the Ramblers. Ryan Mather kind of heated up a little bit toward the end of that second set. Kind of came back to his regular form. Let's see if he can continue forward. Took a lot off of that one, which I totally agree with. And that's going to happen. You know, when you don't serve it as hard as you can, it's an easier pass to make, and therefore, you know, an easier ball to side out. But if you can get a chance to serve that second ball, you know, then you're going, you know, you're firing on all cylinders, and you're trying to go about 110% on that second ball. But he wasn't able to get a chance that time. Second serve from Freedom. And I agree, they do need to serve tough. They got to put pressure on. But when you start serving balls out, you're not putting pressure on anybody. And so there's a fine line in between the two. And it's, like I said, it's tough when you kind of start to feel things slip. It's really tough to get back in to that frame of mind of being in a place of confidence. Oh, that ball was going way out. But the call was a little bit late, and John Cunningham was already in the middle of trying to make that play, but unable to do so. Yeah, so far, the Ramblers are coming out hot. That was about the same serve as the last one, but John able to lay off of that last one. So here comes Matthew Seifert, the Seif. Jump, float. Oh, got the libero. Way out of system. Another opportunity here for Grosso. There it is, area 5. Such a great job. Yeah, that typically either of the back 2 corners are going to be open more so than anywhere else on the court. So, oh, that ball almost creeped over. So another missed serve. See if Freedom can get anything going here from the service line. Edward Jaziniak. Wow, there he is. There's a momentum booster right there. That's a nice swing. The D ball. Tanner Maxwell. Lots of equipment on that one. Setter has to come in. Nice angle there. A smart play instead of trying to hit that ball. Setter not excited about that last attempt that he made. I think he yelled "fun" right after, something to that effect. Tony Bronzer, decent floater, handled well. And a nice little tool out of bounds. Josue wanted that one back big time. When a play goes like that, it's almost like slow motion. And he just, no. You could tell he was pretty frustrated. Grosso back to serve for the Ramblers. That's a decent jump set and not a decent shot. Yeah, maybe if you were playing beach, but yeah, he was way too far over there to try to hit some sort of a cut shot. It might have been in on the other court. Grosso with a second opportunity. Ramblers are up 7-4. I swear this is like the biggest lead we've seen so far in this match, and that ball's off the antenna. And now 8-4 is the biggest lead I've seen. And that's enough for Justin. Wants his guys to talk about it. And it looks like he's doing that same thing. Maybe it's a player-led timeout. And let these guys just kind of work through this themselves. You know, you guys figure out whatever we're doing isn't working. So you guys put your heads together and figure out what we got to do here to start getting that momentum back on our side of the net. It seems like the Ramblers are kind of firing on all cylinders lately. So probably not a whole lot to talk about on that side. Just keep doing what you're doing. Curious to see if any changes are going to be made here, or what the game plan is for Freedom to kind of try to get the momentum back. Grosso again for the Ramblers. Oh, he goes out again. That's a tough ball. It looks like it's the perfect swing, and it probably is on, when you're at sea level. But that ball just floats a little bit more. And like I said, it's almost like a Nerf volleyball. It's like a little spongy. It just floats a little bit more, I think, than balls of the past. And that a little bit of a low set, but able to get the kill. Olivia, what'd you hear in the timeout?
Yeah, in that last Freedom huddle, you were right. It was pretty player-led. They really stressed needing to get loud. They said, we look really flat, and there's really no reason to be flat. And then Coach just added at the end, we need to get back to disciplined blocking.
I like that. And I totally agree. I didn't make the comment, but they do look a little bit flat over there. Not a whole lot to celebrate. And when they do, they're fired up a little bit there on that one. Tony Bronzer is trying to get everybody fired up. And that's what it takes. You got to have somebody on the court that is that emotional leader that can get everybody up. Nice cover. Oh, trying to go high hands, but he missed everybody. Unfortunately, it was like a no look swing back to the line. It goes just long. Looks like Freedom's going after the libero for the Ramblers a little bit. Uh-oh, nobody home there. A ball blocked all the way back to the service line. Well, whatever they talked about in that huddle, it seemed to strike a nerve, because they are starting to play a little bit better. Closing that gap by 1. There it is. Oh, they thought that ball was in. From my angle, it looked like it was well out, but I don't have the angle. But the line judge saw it out. So it looks like the Ramblers are going to score their 10th. Mather back for the Ramblers. Took a lot off of that one again. Oh, that's a nice stab, a little one-arm stab there from the big Oppo. Nice up. That ball might have come. If he just let it go, it had a lot of topspin on it. It probably would have hit the tape and come back and been a point, because that's a tough ball to play off the tape. But couldn't help himself and blocked his own hit. He spiked his own spike. Mather again. There it is. That's what I was talking about before. It's really hard to go 70% when it's finally your turn back there to serve, but just going 100% to the back wall is not doing anybody any good. So he goes 70% and then gets that second opportunity and bombs it into the corner for an ace. A little bit off that one too. Probably didn't like the toss. Trying to go high hands, but I don't see, neither do the line judges. Nobody's making a call. It did look kind of weird when he hit it, almost as if it did, like it was delayed just slightly, but nobody saw it. So the Ramblers up 13-8 now. Boom. Starting to feel it. Nice tool out of bounds goes Hoswagger. Still down 4, about halfway through this third set. That's a great dig. Josue unable to chase it down. That's a nice job though, Matt Elias. Looked like it got his right hand a little bit. He's just shaking it off. That's not good when you're the setter. Yeah, he keeps shaking it. Probably tweaked a little bit. There's a lot of heat on that ball. Ooh. Just missed that one. Another inch of tape and that ball would have crawled over. Safe. Back to serve for Freedom. Well, if I'm in a fight for Freedom, I want that dude on my side. That's all I'm saying. Oh, that's a nice set. Such a great job there. I don't know if you could see that at home, but it almost looked like he was about to like fake a back set over and kind of made the block stumble a little bit. And as he set that ball, man, it was a nice set. Easy kill. Watch the roof, playing Plinko up there. Just has to give that ball back over, hope his block can do its thing, but no, Duarte is tooled out of bounds from the back row. 15-11, and now it's Freedom that has to figure out a way to manufacture a couple to get back into this. Eddie Jetty. Nice little float serve, handled well by Grosso. Holy smokes. Speaking about handling the ball well, the D ball is an absolute thunder. Ryan Mather with a very, very heavy shoulder. Maxwell back to serve for the Ramblers. Nice serve, pulls the setter off the net. Great free ball pass. Oh, kept alive. Wow, that was weird. That was like a half a step approach from the back row, but Josue able to get it done. Yeah, the head coach for the Ramblers was asking the down ref, hey man, what about his feet? And he's like, it was close. He was right there, but he was good. That was weird. Duarte almost like he tried to hit that with both hands. But that was a little bit off the mark. And now it's 13-16. Oh, that's a nice job by the setter. Keep that ball in the air. And here goes the momentum switching back to the other side of the net. And the coach sees that and calls a timeout. That's a smart timeout by him. That was 2 or 3 unanswered points from Freedom. Narrowing that gap down by 2, 16-14. Ramblers got to find a way to get themselves fired up a little bit. Because now the Freedom are not flat. Those guys are playing with a lot of intensity, a lot of emotion. And now, as the points start to slip away, it seems like the Ramblers are struggling to be animated and play with emotion. So hopefully they can figure some things out, and we'll continue to see this battle be tight all the way through. Chris Vaughn back to serve. Stephen Institute of Technology. Big time swing from the outside. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Ryan Mather could play right side or left side. I don't know, maybe he's not as strong of a passer. Typically the Oppos don't pass, but he hits the ball pretty dang well from either pin. Nice jump float. Pulled off the net a bit. Looked like the setter tried to make a play on that, but slips right through his hands. 17-15. Freedom are still hanging in there, keeping it close. Great, great jump serve. Oh, that's a nice play by Josue right there. The set didn't look perfect, but it seemed like Mather kind of took a ton off of it. And maybe he was just trying to go like a quick little cutty right off the block, but gave him an easy ball for another kill. So, Ramblers back to serve. Still with a 2-point lead as we're getting into the late portion of this third set. Oh, what a great dig. Duarte. I'm telling you, Antoine, that guy just hangs. He jumped about 5 minutes before he blocked that ball. There's area 1 again. Nice job by by Mather. Hitting that ball. You got to hit it where they ain't. 19-16. Nice jump serve. Trying to angle that ball to the middle of the court, but nice tool off the block and well out of bounds. Matty back to serve for Freedom. Oh, it's a rough pass. What a great bump set. His bump set was better than that set. Able to get the kill though, either way. 20-17. We got Ryan Mather. Let's see if he's still feeling it. Typically, once you kind of get the feel of what that serve is supposed to feel and look like, you can kind of go hard, but that one took some off. Still a tough serve. Trying to tool, and he does it. There's that high altitude. That ball probably would have landed 3 feet in bounds if we were down in somewhere in LA, but that ball just long. So Freedom down 17-21, calls their last timeout. And again, the Ramblers able to get that momentum back on their side. They're back up 4 and feeling it. And I'll tell you, we're getting into that, well, we basically are at that crunch time moment where everything matters, everything counts. And, you know, Freedom, if they can get a side out and rattle 1 or 2 off, they're right back in it. So it's funny with rally scoring, like you're never comfortable. It's always, you know, if you're up 3 or 4 at this stage of the game, it's still not comfortable. One side out, and now you're only up 3, you know. So that's why I call it crunch time. It's all about showing character, what you got. It seemed like the libero, Ryan Schickling from UCSD, it seems like they've been serving him a ton this match. However, at this time, that's Mather back to serve, takes a bunch off of it. And wow, they have Mather. So Olivia, what'd you hear?
On the Freedom side, coach was really stressing he's not liking what he's seeing. They're swinging and then they're done. What he wants to see is them swing and then get back to their base.
Nice, I like that, because that's what they're known for. That's what I've seen in this whole match so far, is they're so scrappy on defense. And yeah, when that's how you win games, you can't ever be done until that whistle blows. And so that's a great point there by the coach is, look, man, yeah, we're trying to tool them out of bounds, but it's not always going to work. So get to your spot and make a play. Great jump serve. Almost able to make a play goes Maxwell, but just out of the reach of Kendall Ratner. And now they're within 2. As I said, there's no comfortable lead at this stage. 2 points is nothing in rally scoring. So that was a great serve by Josue. Let's see what he's got on this one. Another pretty decent serve, handled well by Grosso. And I love it. He goes right back to him. That was a play that BYU ran a ton with Taylor Sander. He was amazing at the Bic. And Grosso's no slouch either. That was a really nice play by him. Substitution for the Ramblers. I really like Kendall Ratner's jump serve, but maybe when it's crunch time like this, he wasn't feeling comfortable going after it. And so, jump float here, handled well. Look at that. That's a nice sub right there, coach. Nice little jump float, overpass, and a kill. Antoine didn't hit it the way he wanted to, but a kill's a kill. You kill him with kindness, I guess. Oh, ton. Let's serve that a little bit harder than the first. And that ball got out of here in a hurry. He's all, sorry, coach, I was excited. He's like, look, man, get that ball in. That's why you're there. So let's see if they go after the libero. As I mentioned, it seemed like they're targeting him quite a bit. Grasso, I want to say Grasso was a libero for maybe Long Beach. I'm trying to remember what school he played for. I don't have it in front of me. But there they went after the libero again and almost got it. And oh, they barely get that ball just wide. I couldn't quite see where it hit, but it just wide. So down 2, 21-23. It's a tough spot right here for the server because he's got to put a lot on it, which he does. Wow, what a great serve in that moment. Oh, nice tip from Mathis. Look at that, Grasso, man. That guy is awesome. He's not the tallest guy in the gym, but that guy makes up for it with his volleyball IQ. He is so good at putting that ball to the floor. Not to mention he's a pretty amazing passer as well. Antoine back to serve for the Ramblers with that jump float. Oh, whoa. Just a bit outside. (24-22). Ramblers can close out the third set with a side out right here. Oh no, he hits that ball right into the seam. And Grasso was already gone. He was already shuffling out to get an approach. And I wonder if he leaned over to Kendall Ratner, like, look, dude, left is right. That's your ball. I'm out of here. So that's a tough ball for them. And Freedom able to get within 1 here. But again, same situation as a second ago. One side out wins it. But it's a smart timeout here from Vincent Rodriguez here to slow the momentum down, let the Freedom server think about it, maybe ice him a little bit, and come up with a nice plan here for a good pass set kill to win this third set and go up 2-1. So, Eddie Jetty back to serve for Freedom. Let's see if the timeout rule will apply or not. Didn't ice him. It was a great serve. Nice set from the. Oh, and he does. Oh, look at the nets. Nets. Oh, for some reason the down ref said it was fine. There it is. Grasso getting it done. And that guy hit that ball about as hard as he could both times. Just about got it done the first and closed out the third set with that last swing, tooling that ball way out of bounds. So the Ramblers lose game 1 and come back to win 2 and 3. So now it's Freedom who is a little bit in a hole, and it's a win or go home situation in this fourth set. So I wish I could hear what's going on here, but Grasso's talking to the down ref. Oh, probably asking him, hey, why didn't you call a net? And I think the down ref was saying they were down on the ground and turned to get, to transition off the net, and that's when they hit the net. He's like, so it's, what is it, what's the word? Incidental. It's an incidental net, and therefore it was fine. So that's why he never blew the whistle, and that's why Grasso got to pad his stats with another kill by going again. So both teams taking a breather here, and this is a crazy, crazy tournament. I didn't know that these matches were going to go games to 5. I was kind of shocked when I heard that they were, because in a pool play setting, that's a lot of volleyball. you know, maybe two 5-set matches in a weekend is a lot of volleyball. And these guys are what, two pools of 4, so they've got 3 5-set matches just to get out of pool. So that's a lot of volleyball, and I know some of these teams are deeper than others in terms of how many guys they've got swinging, you know, outside or oppo or middle. So you know, they're all pretty young, and so therefore they're probably in pretty dang good shape. But it hurts my body just thinking about it. The first match I'd be pretty good, and if I had a second match in the same day, I probably wouldn't have a whole lot of gas in the tank. So, but these guys are at a whole new level, and this is some fun volleyball to watch. As I said, I've been coaching an under-18s team all year, and it doesn't look like this in the gym ever. And so it's fun to watch volleyball at this stage and at this level. And it's so fun to have these guys in the gym. And it's probably so fun for them to be back in the gym, able to play. I know California is a little more strict than Utah, and that's probably why the tournament is here. But it's so fun to watch volleyball at this level. I don't get a whole lot of opportunities to see it at this level. So I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. It looks like we're about to get set number 4 underway. Down ref is checking the lineups right now. It doesn't look like anything has changed. I think it's the same familiar faces we've been seeing. Olivia, what do you got for us?
For the Ramblers, we've been talking about it all night. They're serving. They like that they've slowed it down a little bit. And on the block, they're looking to get over low and tight and make them hit high. Grosso number 8 leads with, number 17 leads with 5. So look for the blocks to be strong today.
Nice. Yeah, that's such a big part of volleyball at this level. And both teams have done a pretty dang good job. Nice job there by Josue to avoid the block. Goes hard cross. That was a nice side out by him to get Freedom on the board. Matt Elias. That set was a little bit low for Grosso, just keeping it in. And Freedom makes him pay for it. Nice job there. Manufacturing a point and go up 2-0. Oh, it's a great turn down the line. It's funny, his approach looks like he's just going to go all angle. And last moment, turns that ball down the line, a thumb down swing. A little bit of pepper on it. Josh Duarte, UC Irvine. If you could hear the bench from Freedom yelling right as he went to hit that ball, and that probably threw him off a little bit because that ball was well long. A Swagger back to serve for Freedom. And perfect pass from the Ramblers. Able to stay in system on that play of a miss serve. So here comes Mather again from the service line. Doesn't take anything off it. Absolutely thunders that serve right out of the gate. That's pretty impressive. My thought was, yeah, you know, 70, 75%. Keep this first ball in. And that thing had a motor on it. That's still a fun serve to watch, even though it was long by about a foot or two. Maybe he's a tight end. Maybe he's not a middle linebacker. Either way, he's a big dude. Oh, got a foot fault there. Safe. It's a pretty nice jump float, but his foot towed the line. Here comes Kendall Ratner from Princeton with a very nice jump serve of his own. Ooh, that was really close. That's that serve I was talking about. If you're worried about going long, go one corner to the other. It gives you a little more real estate. And he thought he had that one, but that was just, I don't know if it was long or wide, but it was right there. He keeps looking at the fans asking, is that in or out? As the libero struggling again a little bit with that pass. I don't, apparently oh, look at Grosso, genius. That kid is greasy off the block. I love it. He's probably one of those guys that's like short court champion of the world. I've known a couple of those guys that are just, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're so good at wiping the ball off the block. Antoine back to serve for the Ramblers. Duarte back in the middle and the front. Nice jump float. Oh, great turn down the line. Jake Modestow? I know I knew his name earlier, now I can't think of it, but I'm close. We'll just call him Jake. Back to serve. No, that was Tony Bronzer that served that ball. Jake was the one with the kill. Tony with a nice serve. There's a nice pass from the libero. I think there might have been a touch on that ball, just barely. Josue with a big swing, trying to break some fingers. The Ramblers trailing 5-8 have seen enough. I don't know if this is going to be a player-led timeout. It looks like it might be. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. It seems like the momentum is definitely on the Freedom side of the court. Both teams are playing pretty well. Serving tough, passing well, staying in system for the most part. It's a battle of attrition. So now Vincent's in there, who is a player. In fact, I've got him on here as a player, as one of the opposites, but is opting to coach in this first match. And his team is up 2-1, but trailing 3 in this fourth set. Oh, I almost got that serving or that timeout rule, and they finally do. Pull within 2. Now we've got Maxwell back to serve. Played his college volleyball at Grand Canyon. It was really close. If he didn't foot fault, he was right there, but that serve goes into the net, so it's moot. I don't know what Vincent wanted to talk to the down ref about, but nice jump serve, handled well, and that ball was off the hands and down from Duarte. Grosso back to serve for the Ramblers. Still within 2, 7-9. Ooh, yeah, I was gonna say, I think he got it that time. I think it's rough for these guys. It's hard also. They do give them a little bit more room, but it's weird. It's not, what, maybe a ½ inch difference between the sport court and the cement, but it's weird to go from one level to another in your approach. Oh, there you go. Able to get that ball in. I think it was supposed to go to the middle, and Josue makes him pay. So Freedom up 4 now. They have turned things around and flipped the switch, and they're playing really well right now, and they've got the Ramblers kind of on the ropes. So they get bailed out there by a net violation on the block. It almost seemed like Seif, who's a big dude, as we've talked about, was trying to go and close that gap and probably ran into the other passer, or the other blocker. No, I think they were questioning the score, but I think it's right. So yeah, they were down 4, got within 3, and then that side out pushes them back to 4. So I think the score is right. Josue back to serve for Freedom. Guys trying to get warm, a couple courts over. The ball on. Whoa, that was a high toss. Great serve, got Grosso in some trouble. But wow, there's a guy to bail you out of trouble with a cannon of a shoulder. And now he's back to serve. Let's see if he can ride that momentum with this ball here. Ryan Mather with a pretty nice serve, handled well. And there goes Tony Bronzer again. Chris Vaughn with another kill. Nice serving substitution. Landon Shorts. A nice move there by Grosso to keep that ball in. Oh, that ball just sails long. It's got to be super frustrating because I guarantee that ball is inbounds down sea level. Oh, yellow card. So only the captain is supposed to be able to talk to the refs. And apparently Antoine has a lot to say, and I think he's the one that got the yellow. But the yellow, yeah, it's the red that would be an actual point. Got the libero. It's funny, you don't see a whole lot of aces at this level. We've seen only a couple, but there's another one right there. That ball getting shanked by Ryan Schickling. And another timeout. I believe it's their second timeout for this set. Ramblers are down 5-6 at this point. So 9-15, the wheels are starting to fall off. So it's a good chance to call a timeout and try to put the skids on this and see if they can turn things around. Because even if they do end up losing this set, they've got to figure out a way to get the momentum back. And even if they're down, they lose this set, but they kind of make a run towards the end, that momentum will carry over into the 5th typically. And that's a big deal. So you can't just give up and, you know, concede the 4th set. You got to put some stuff together and get the momentum back on your side for that 5th. But guarantee he's not talking about the 5th set yet. He just wants to win this one and be done. But they got to make some big-time changes for that to happen, because being down 6 in rally scoring is a big deal. Like, that's really tough to come back from. So here comes Landon again. The service line here for Freedom, up 6. There it is. Iced him just enough. Landon goes long with that serve. The coach can pat himself on the back for a great timeout. Gave his team 1 point. And now a pretty nice server here on the line for Rambler. Nope, he stays down and just floats. Passed well. That's a great swing there from Eddie Jetty in the opposite position. Eddie back to serve for Freedom. Up 6 again. Another tough pass there from Libero. Oh, I'm shocked he didn't swing at that. No touch called, and that ball sails just beyond the corner of the court, trying to hit area 5 and just missed. Let's see if Antoine could get anything going here from the service line. So that ball's too high. You can set that with your hands. It makes it almost too easy. Grosso not getting an approach. Still put a little bit on that. That's a nice turn down the line. Bronzer again. A nice kill. That's tough. You want to run your offense so fast, but when you're out of system, sometimes it's hard to connect. And it seemed like they were really struggling to do so. And Chris Vaughn mishits that serve, well out of bounds. Nice serve. Ooh, well, that came out clean, but that looked like it was going to be a lift for sure, but it was actually a beautiful set. But the hitter unable to keep that ball in play. Quinn Peterson back to serve. Another nice jump serve. The ball well out of bounds, or tooled well out of bounds. Nice job by Josue. He was way in front of that set. It's tough to put anything on a ball like that, but he's able to get it done and tool that ball well out of bounds. Substitution here for Freedom. Number 14, Njf V. I'm saying that right. Back in to serve. The commanding lead here, 18-13 in the 4th set. Oh, wow, look at that. Great up. Chris Vaughn able to get on that ball. That set was pretty far inside, which means that the middle blocker doesn't have to really move at all to be in position, and gobbled that up. It was a big swing by Grasso, but right into the heart of the block. I'd like to see that set pushed out to the pin. The setter wanted to get to that ball. That's giving another opportunity for Freedom. Ooh, that almost looked like a lift. No call, but didn't need one. Unable to get the ball over the net. All right, Ramblers dodging a bullet there. That was a very broken play by them. Just had to get the ball back over to Freedom, but Freedom decided not to make them pay for it. So down 5 late in this fourth set. Another tough serve from Grosso. Oh, what a dig. He's all about that short ball right now. Nice set. Another broken play. Had to get that ball back to Freedom. Oh, look at Mather. Making him pay. Back to Mather. Oh, look at that block. Wow, Josue all by himself out there. That was a really nice attack there from Mather, but I gotta say, that was a better block from Josue, who showed it and took it away. 20-14. Matt Elias. Nice serve, nice pass. Uh-oh. He was there, thought that ball might go out of bounds and let it go by his head, and ball's called in, so that's their 21st point. Freedom 4 points away from pushing this to a fifth set. That's the thing with Raleigh scoring that fifth set. Such a short set. It's could go any way. But Freedom obviously wants the opportunity to get this thing done. Oh, just long. That's a gutsy move right there. Especially not playing at altitude typically. Recognize the surroundings and letting that ball go. Duarte back to serve. Trailing a bunch. See if he can make something happen. And pulls that setter way off the net. A nice bump set. Oh, that's a nice bump set from the middle. Yeah, that was a little bit of a deep set. That's tough. Maxwell was in the back row, couldn't jump and do anything with it. Had to just stand there. Almost able to make a play on that, which is crazy, but unable to get it done. Josue back to serve. 20, I thought it was 22-14. I swear they were just 21. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, here goes Josue for the serve. No. No, that ball is well long. Oh, there it is. There's that 22nd point. Or did they give that to the wrong team? So the Ramblers got some work to do. There's no better guy at the line than this guy if he can get on a run here. Oh, nice up there. Way to turn and chase that ball. Looking for a touch. And line judge, good for him for making that call, because that ball was hit right at him. In fact, I think he was the only one that touched that ball. Seif back to serve. 23-16. Looks like this is definitely going to go 5. That's such a low set. Look at Grosso. It's like a chessboard with this guy. He just makes his move. And it seems like it's always the right one, too. Yeah, I agree with that sub here for the serving. Kendall Ratner's got a great jump serve, but he's not feeling it right now. So makes this change. Oh, that was really close. But it doesn't pay for him this time. That serve's called out of bounds. And Freedom scores a very easy 24th point. One and done here for Freedom. It says 23, but I'm almost positive they're 24. There it is. Pushing that ball across, so, and that guy's got a shoulder. Free ball here for the Ramblers. Gross still got the kill, but he's like winced. He's like mad at himself because he hit a little bit of the tape on that. He was trying to bounce the curtain on that ball. Oh, maybe he got his back a little bit. Looks like his back is bugging him a little bit. He had to reach back to try to get something on that. Oh. That ball's out of bounds. Another point here for Freedom. I'm sorry, for the Ramblers. 19-24. This is what I was talking about when I say, you know, you don't want to let him get a run here, because a lot of times that can translate over to game 5, and we're done here with set number 4. Calling over the captains. Well, I guess there's not really much to call with no one switching sides, so. I don't know if either coach is going to make a whole lot of changes for their personnel, their lineup. As I said, this 5th set is a short one, just a 15. And it's typically very, very fast. I would always, when I was playing and as a coach, it's always like, okay, 2 games here. First game's to 8. Try to win that first game, and then that last game's to 15. And obviously, if you win the first, you definitely want to win the second and be out of here. So it's been a lot of fun volleyball so far. These teams are pretty evenly matched. It's funny, they have different areas about why they're as good as they are. But, you know, it seems like one team will put it together one set, and then the other team figures things out and puts it together second, and it's just kind of gone back and forth. So I don't know who's going to get this 5th set, but it'll be fun to see here in a second when they get into it. It looked like the Ramblers got a little bit of a run there towards the end, but I don't know if it was enough to really make a huge difference. But it seems like one team will come out hot, the other team comes out flat, and then they kind of figure things out. But neither team with this short game to 15 can come out flat. So I'm curious what they're going to do to get that momentum going and get their juices flowing, so those guys can have that momentum and carry it through this 5th set. It's a bummer to go all the way to 5 and not get the win, especially when you've got a lot of volleyball to play still with this 4-day weekend. It's going to be a lot of sore bodies come Sunday night or Monday morning. A lot of ice baths, but it'll be fun to see who comes out strong in this 5th set, and you know, with some tough serving and some big time bombs at the net. So I guess we'll see here in a second. So we've got a couple more matches. You're gonna bear with me for the next couple. We have a match at 6, another one at 8:30, and off the top of my head I can't remember exactly who those are. I know one of them is the Utah team, the Stingers, and they're, I think, yeah, that's the next one. Stingers are going to be playing the Tyrants here at 6 p.m. Mountain. Know quite a few of those guys, a lot of former BYU players on the Stingers team. And then at 8:30, we've got the Stunners from Orange Coast. And then the Ramblers again. So, yeah, 2 5-set matches within a couple hours. That's brutal. That's going to take its toll. So, but I'll be on hand for both of those. And it looks like we're checking the lineups now for this 5th set, and I don't see anything different, any personnel changes. A lot of familiar faces out there now, so I'm not even sure who's serving this first. Oh, it looks like the Ramblers are going to get the serve, so a little bit of an advantage for Freedom. It's a little bit easier typically to side out than it is to manufacture a real point as the serving team. Let's see how we go. Nice serve, great pass. Goes to the middle. Don't see them using the middle a whole lot so far tonight. And the first 2 sets go to the middle. Freedom gives it back to the Ramblers. Oh, nice stab there from Maxwell. Josue digs that ball. No touch called that I'm seeing, and that ball sprayed out of bounds. Told you it's hard to manufacture that real point. A lot of back and forth there, but the Ramblers are able to get on the board first. So Grasso back to serve for the Ramblers. Another short serve, almost got Tony into the block. Another opportunity. Oh, there's a nice dig from the libero. Ratner tees off on it both times. And that ball is blocked out of bounds and over my head. So that was a pretty big swing there from Ratner. So Grasso again, his third serve. Handled well. Oh, I'm kind of shocked they didn't call him under the net. Didn't matter though, because there's Mather again with another kill. And the Ramblers, I believe it's 3-0, come out to a pretty nice lead in a very short set right off the bat. So curious to see what they're talking about over there on the Freedom side. They've got to figure some stuff out and turn on the jets, because they don't have a whole lot of time in this short set to be able to come back from a big deficit. And 3-0 is a pretty big deficit when you're just going to 15. So then again, a side out right here, and it's 3-1. So it's only a 2-point difference. But again, they got to stop the bleeding here right now. And the more confidence you give the Ramblers, the more trouble they're going to give you. Another nice serve, pulls the setter off the net a little bit. And another big block from the Ramblers. And it's now 4-0 in this must-have set. Well, it's been back and forth. I think the only time was the third set was when the Ramblers broke tradition and actually won 2 in a row. Other than that, it's just been back and forth. Almost able to get that 5th point, but instead that ball's out of bounds. And now the Freedom are in the opportunity to start whittling away at that deficit. That's a nice swing by Mather. Looked like he got in front of that ball a little bit, but turns that ball cross body and down. That's a nice swing. So 5-1. Duarte back to serve. He's got a pretty nice jump serve himself. Passed well, goes back to the middle. So is that? No, that's out. It's a nice effort there from Ratner, but that ball was called outside. I think it has to go. Is it inside to inside or outside to outside? But it can't go inside to outside, something like that. And that's the other thing I didn't mention. We're playing the FIVB rules, which I'm not super familiar with. I know the college rules fairly well, but I might miss something here or there, just not knowing the international game as well. But yeah. I missed what the conversation was, but I know Vincent wanted to know why you called that out. But again, I'm not sure exactly the rule. Josue with a nice jump serve, handled well by Grasso. And looking for a touch. I didn't quite see it, and nobody else did either, except for, of course, his teammates. But yeah, they might be a little biased. But Josue with another opportunity here. Pulls Freedom within 2, 3-5 now. Nice serve, handled pretty well by Ratner. Look at that turn. Great, oh shoot. Decent pass, but Maxwell mishandled that second contact, and it's going to go out of bounds, but I think it was Chris Vaughn that took a swing at it anyway. Padding his stats, got another kill. Josue, third serve here. Now only trailing 1, 4-5. Great serve. Stab right there by the libero. Hey, they finally called it there for him. They've been yelling all night. That Freedom block is pretty aggressive, and that net's been moving quite a bit tonight. But for the most part, the down ref, and again, maybe that's an international thing. I don't know. It's keep forgetting the term. Whoa, that ball's out of bounds. Goes right into the the bench for Freedom. Maybe he was angry at one of those guys. I don't know, but Freedom will take it. That's another point for them. Another easy point. So Njf Vatrin is back in to serve for Freedom. Has a pretty nice jump serve himself. Oh, just out of bounds. That's a gutsy move, letting that ball go. So I know most places he plays, that ball's in. He's used to things floating up here. Another serving substitution for the Ramblers. Stephen Doho back to serve from the University of Hawaii. That's where he played his college ball. Pulling the setter way off the net, but wow, that was a great set and an even better block. Antoine waving the finger. No, 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 no. That is not going to happen. Not on my watch. That was a pretty nice, nice block there. Doing a great job closing the seam. So here's Doho back to serve again. Ooh, that's a pretty tough jump float. In by a mile at sea level. It's probably so tough for him. It's like, I don't know what happened. That's a great serve and it's out. So Eddie Jetty back to serve. Off the tape. Oh, that ball came back so quick off the block. Nobody was able to get a decent touch off it. So Grosso with a rare block. Guarantee you he's wanting that ball back. Let's see if Maxwell will feed him again. It's a nice pass. Nope, goes back to the middle. And that's a big time swing cross body for the kill. So the Ramblers were able to win the first game 2-8 and are up 9-7 in this game to 15. Oh, that was a nice little roll shot just over the block. Caught Antoine back on his heels and unable to make the play. Chris Vaughn, AKA Tony Bronzer, back to serve. Nice little jump serve. Took a lot off it. It was a tough swing for Grosso. Tried to do too much with it. And that ball straight into the net. And now here we are, 9-9. It's a great job by Freedom to claw their way back into this. Nice turn again. able to avoid that block and down. First team to double digits is the Ramblers, with just a 1-point lead at this point. Maxwell back to serve. See, he's starting from the cement. And we go up just a little bit onto the sport court. Nice serve, handled well. I don't even know if that crossed, but either way, that's a point for the Ramblers. And now they're back up 2. They can just exchange side outs from here on out for the win. But that's not typically how it goes, especially at this level. Nice jump, like a jump float. Oh, that ball goes out of bounds. Nice job by the libero. Steering clear. And Freedom has got some stuff to talk about. Down 3 late in this 5th set. They won set 1, lost sets 2 and 3, won in commanding fashion in set 4, and are now trailing 9-12 in this 5th and must-have set. So this looks like another player-led timeout. I believe that's Nick there. That's my counterpart. Talking through some things. Vincent Rodriguez, the head coach, also had some words of advice. These guys are real close from getting a win on a very tough Freedom team. It's going to be Maxwell back to serve again. See what the timeout rule has to say about them scoring their 13th point. It's a nice serve, trouble. Oh, it's a nice turn across body. Off the block and down. He's all upset because he's getting pulled. He wanted to go back and serve. That was a nice, nice swing by Jake Modestow. Oh, that's a big serve. Look at that pass. Perfect pass. High off the hands, but handled. And there's a kill right there. There's area 1 again. Past the block and down. Freedom pulls within 1, 11-12. And that's enough for Vincent Rodriguez. He feels that that momentum shifting over to the other court or other side of the net. And he's going to do his best to slow it down. That's a big time serve coming from over there on the Freedom side. So it's a smart play by him to try to ice that guy and let him think about his serve for a couple minutes. And he might just dial up a free point. Trying to see if I could hear Vincent talking to his guys. I'm a decent lip reader too, but it's really tough with this whole COVID thing and everybody's wearing masks. So, well, we'll see what tricks they've got up their sleeves. Very, very late in this 5th set. Ramblers clinging to a 1-point lead at 12-11 with a very tough server, Landon Shorts. Look at that, didn't ice anybody. That was a pretty nice serve. Oh, look at that, that's a genius move right there. Ryan Mather has such a cannon for a shoulder. Everybody's back on their heels, just dug in, waiting for the heat. And he makes them pay for it, killing them with kindness. Nice little tip over the block. There's Grasso back to serve for the Ramblers. Just needs 2. The jump float handled well. Goes to the middle. Mather's on it. Goes back to Mather for the kill. Match point for the Ramblers. There's that unspoken rule. He digs it. It goes right back to him. I thought the coach was going to call a timeout when his team had all the momentum. I'm like, what are you doing? Decent serve, handled really well. Oh, look at that one-arm stab. Ratner, I don't even think he jumped on that. Just hit that ball. That was going to go straight onto the roof if the block wasn't there. But luckily for Freedom, that block was there and in force and just closed that swing down. 12-14. They got to manufacture 2 right here. And there's one. Oh no, they netted. Oh no, that's a tough way to lose. A very, very tough fought match. Was a net violation. Oh, that's unfortunate. Looks like it was Josue. He said number 3 was in the net. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's a tough way to lose. A very, very fun match to watch. It's like serving out on game point, match point. It's one of those types of things. So that's unfortunate for Freedom. They played a heck of a match. They were in it the entire time. And a team with amazing defense. That ball, it was hard to hit the floor on that side of the court because Freedom was all over everything. They played an amazing match, but they came up short in the 5th set. Was it 12-15 in the 5th? But hats off to the Ramblers. They were able to get it done. They had a pretty big lead in that 5th and let Freedom come all the way back to 9-9. But they were able to hit the afterburners and create a little more separation and got it done. So yeah, neither team wanted to go 5, but that's the way it went. Ramblers come away with a W. And there's a look at Grosso, who played a heck of a match. That little one-arm stab he had there, I think it was that last play. That was pretty incredible. But great defense, great serve. And an incredible volleyball IQ Grosso has. So good at the net. Again, not the tallest guy in the gym, but so good at wiping the ball off the block. And as everybody used to say, he's greasy off the block. Very good at making the block look silly at times. So great job by the Ramblers. Again, their head coach, I think, is coming in tomorrow. So Vincent Rodriguez stepped in and helped get his guys the W. Olivia has player of the match over there. What do you got, Olivia?
Yeah, I'm here with the MVP, Ryan Mather. 5 close sets, including that last one. How did you guys play?
Great team effort. I mean, they're a great team. First of all, over at Freedom. We're a new group, so it's fun to get out here. Yesterday was the first practice I had with any of these guys. I know a lot of the guys have been kind of split up, so this is our first time getting together, and it was cool to kind of come together, and especially after losing the first set and kind of mustering some stuff to come back. And it was just an all-around great set and great volleyball, so yeah, it was fun.
Not having that experience, it didn't look like that. How did you guys overcome that and kind of lay the tone for some chemistry moving forward?
Yeah, I'm actually lucky. I played with the setter Tanner in college at Grand Canyon University, so I was actually kind of happy. I knew someone a little bit, but everyone's awesome at volleyball. So I mean, we've all been playing for so long that it just takes a couple points to get kind of into the groove. So I'm excited to see where we go moving forward. In the tournament, we got Stunners and then Southern Exposure, 2 really great teams. So we're gonna have to even play better than we just did. So yeah.
You were putting down the ball like crazy. A game-high 21 kills. Where were you finding that success?
Tanner was just putting the ball in a good spot. I was just going and hitting the ball. Like I said, I've been playing with him for 3 years in college, so I mean that definitely helped with chemistry between us.
How big was his performance?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's super fun to play with. Tanner always has a great energy. I mean, just the team had a great energy. The whole, everyone's talking, everyone on the bench. It was really like a team effort. I know people, it's like a cliche thing to say, but everyone, we come out, time out, everyone's giving us feedback. It was just an all-around great team win.
For tonight being the first match that you guys have had this weekend, what did you learn that's going to help you moving forward?
You just got to stay positive the whole game. I mean, every team here is good. There's no weak teams. So every team's going to be a battle. You're not going to just roll any team. I mean, even if you win in 3, I'm assuming it's going to be 2 sets or 2-3 points. So you just got to stick with it. There's going to be ups and downs. Every team's good, so everyone's going to get their runs.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Back to you.
Awesome. Hey, thank you so much for that. I'm glad to see that Ryan got the spotlight there for a second, because that guy was amazing that whole match. I didn't have the stats in front of me. 21 kills. Man, he played really, really well. Well, that's it for this match. We've got another one coming up here in a few minutes. You'll be joining me to watch that one. So we'll be back here in a few minutes. So don't go away.